Thank you, Gal. The weather today is supposed to look pretty good. Oh, actually, the weather of the week. Sorry. Sorry about that. Sunday is supposed to start off sunny, high of 56. Monday is supposed to be sunny once again with a high of 57. Tuesday, once again, supposed to be sunny with a high of 52. And Wednesday, supposed to be sunny with a high of 50. Don't you love that amount of sun in a week? Don't you love that? I do. Thursday, supposed to be a high of 50 with a bit of cloud. I don't like much cloud on my day, personally. I don't know about you. Friday, supposed to be rainy, so get an umbrella, and because it's gonna get a little wet. It's supposed to be high of 50 that day too. And then Saturday, instead of an umbrella, find shelter, because it's supposed to be very stormy with a high of 52. And that should conclude the weather of the week. Thank you. Back to you, News Desk.
The demand for creative storytellers is growing, and it starts right here at C-Tech Skill Center in Walla Walla. I'm Andrew Sayers, and I teach careers in media and entertainment to area high school juniors and seniors. From filmmaking, animation, music production, and digital content creation, students gain hands-on experience with professional gear and industry tools. Our program is designed to let students produce real work for clients, not just a classroom assignment. Their story starts here at C-Tech. Learn more at myctech.org. C-Tech, where your present meets your future.
Hello, everybody, and my name is Ava. Today we are interviewing Aaron Scott. How did you get the job at Tangent Media, and what are you guys working on right now?
Oh, that's a funny question. But so first, for context, I would say I was a CTech student for a long time from 2016. I interned for the previous teacher there at Filmmakers Boot Camp, doing a lot of the editing for that. And then, oh, we got mic problems? Well, I guess I'll continue, but basically what ended up happening was I wasn't sure if I wanted to go to college or film school or anything like that, so I asked the teacher at the time, and he's like, you need to meet Matt, and he's the guy who kind of runs Tangent Media, and yeah, that's kind of how I worked on his, editing for a bunch of commercial projects, some film stuff, and we just kept that relationship ever since then. Currently, working on a couple of different commercial projects, but just submitted some fun developmental sort of planning things that I probably shouldn't talk about too much.
Thank you. What classes do you teach at CC, and what challenges have you faced in teaching them?
Okay. Well, at CC, previously last fall, it was this, it was just an audio-visual sort of general storytelling class. A lot of people go into CC, or some students go to CC thinking it's like a filmmaking class, but it really isn't, and it's more so about business marketing. And then really next year, it's really going to be focused on helping sort of business owners, get into what the basics of video is. Challenges in teaching, I would say, I feel like there's two things that I found pretty challenging, which were, one, I had a really quiet group of students, and so that was always, I kept having to figure out a lot of strategies of like, hey, how do I make you open up and, make sure that, I can't like register if you're getting things or not. And then the other part was, I think a lot of the times, like, I was a little too advanced with certain things. I'd go over these concepts that we really didn't need to go through because they needed to learn how to do the basics first. So, yeah.
How did you make the transition from C-Tech to your career choice, and how difficult was it to pursue that?
Yeah. It's a little bit of the first question, a lot of that, but I would say when I first came to this class in its sort of debut, like in 2016, I initially came because I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I was like, maybe I'll learn coding, and this was not the class to learn coding at the time. I just thought it was. And then I was like, oh, this is cool, and then, delved into a lot of cool things there that I really enjoyed, and the teacher was great at the time. He became like a lifelong mentor and friend. His name's Jeffrey. And, I did my first short film, and I edited that, and that's where I was like, okay, I want to do this for the rest of my life because I really, really love this because I could see the magic of, the cuts and how, you can shape something for an audience.
That's pretty cool. I like that. What's your least or most annoying thing about your job?
I think I'd say the same thing for both, which is people. I feel like the least, the most annoying thing is people, because you have to deal with a lot of their schedules, you can deal with drama, and, you have to deal with a lot of personalities. And you also, in filmmaking and media in general, you got to get everybody on the same page, and that's really difficult to be like, on these stressful schedules, like we all need to be doing this, and people are like having arguments or whatever, and you gotta just know how to productively go through that. But the best thing is the people, because you meet a lot of amazing people, and you'd be surprised how at first I would say this for a lot of students, a lot of them would feel this way in my mind, where they're really intimidated by a lot of these, people who have a lot of experience, but they're really just awesome, cool people. And yeah, that's it's not least enjoyable. I would say it's my most enjoyable thing is how I'd characterize that.
I like that. My last question for you is, what's something you've done in your career that you are most proud of?
It's really hard because there's a lot of stuff I'm pretty proud of. I feel like right now, and I, advise this of all the students here at CTech, is I think the thing I'm most proud of is just expanding my network as much as I can and getting my name out. And, one specific thing is I'm a part of this state program called the Above the Line Education Forum by the Washington Filmworks, which was super competitive. I didn't even think I was going to get in, and I got in, and that was something I was pretty proud of when that was announced, because I'm also learning a ton from that, because they're teaching a lot of, big film business skills. And, the reason I really mention that and why I'm pretty proud of that is you go through this career and you kind of get jaded a little bit by, like, you know, things not working out, and you're like, well, that's these things don't work out, or you make a project and no one cares about it, or it doesn't go to festivals or whatever. And so that was kind of a moment for me where I'm like, okay, things are going upwards, and that's, I think, for me, I've been a very sort of introverted sort of person, so really putting myself out there in that vein is like something I'm personally proud of.
Well, thank you. It was really fun to interview you today.
Yeah, it was fun to meet you.
You too. That's all we have time for today. Back to the news desk.